The tools required to remove the crank arm would be the crank extractor and the wrench used on the crank extractor and the hex key. The wrench is a 16mm. To be able to remove the cadence sensor, you have to remove the crank first, and I'm going to show you how you do that. First, to use the hex key, undo the bolt. I know my arm is on the way, it's kind of blocking the view, but it's a simple process. Just take off the bolt. The metal piece should be inside, so just undo the crank extractor. Make sure before you insert into the crank, it should be flat, just like this, and then insert. Make sure you align the thread nice with the crank extractor or with the crank, and then insert with thread it in with your fingers prior to using any tool. Once it's all fully inserted, use a wrench, just give it a small tight to make sure it's intact, and then start threading in the spindle. And I'm gonna just zoom in, show you how that looks like, and then use your wrench. It's gonna be really tight in the beginning, and then it becomes easier as you tighten, and it will become easier, and then basically it's loose and it comes off just like this. So just make sure it's fully inserted prior taking out the crank. We're going to start with the cadence sensor, so basically use a straight head screwdriver. Try to pop it out from different angles, different side. It's kind of you gotta wiggle it out, so do it from bottom, top, from the left side, and then pop it out. Should be easy. Now you can just remove it, take it apart, and just unplug the wire. The wire could be inside the frame. You can just pull it apart, or inside the box. You gotta open up the box and unplug it. And then once you have the new cadence sensor, just insert it back. You can push with your 2 fingers, or you can just knock on it, just like that. You can also insert with your fingers, but it's good if you have something you can or a piece of wood, you can knock on it to make it really fully inserted. And then you can put back the crank arm and tighten the bolt. Make sure it's super tight. That one you really have to tighten it. So once it's all tight, that's it. It should be good to go.